On November 19th, 2025, everything changes in OSRS. Sailing arrives in Old School RuneScape, and for Ironman, we have a problem. We can't just buy our way through the skill. Every plank, every nail, every upgrade, we gather it ourselves. So the players who prepare now will be cruising, and the ones who don't, they'll be stuck in a rowboat simulator. Before we continue any further, let me know down in the comments if you are excited for sailing, and feel free to drop a like if you enjoy this topic. And if you enjoy my content, you can subscribe completely for free. In this video, I'm showing exactly how I am preparing my Ironman for sailing. What materials I gather, some tips and tricks, and the resources that nobody can prep yet. If you want day 1 progress, then this is what I suggest you start prepping. The background for my resource checklist is from Figment's video and a general search on the topic. I have a link to Figment's guide in the description. Let's start with the materials checklist. Early sailing is expected to be a construction and smithing expansion at the sea, so here's what matters most. For logs, we are looking at stocking up the following: regular logs, oak logs, teak logs, and mahogany logs. Regular logs and oak logs can be cutted all around Gillinor. If you bring Kender and headgear, you get double logs when cutting regular logs. Sears Village has 2 oak trees close to a bank. Teak and mahogany logs are easiest to get from Kingdom of Miscellanea. I will be stocking up 500 regular logs, 500 oak logs, and I have plenty of teak and mahogany from Miscellanea. For planks, I will be stocking up regular planks, oak planks, teak planks, and mahogany planks. Planks are used in almost every hull and cargo upgrade early on. You can make planks by running to the sawmill, and here I will suggest you use Auburn Vale as it is the closest to a bank. You can also make planks by using the Lunar Spell Plank Make, or you can use your butler in your POH to make planks. I will be going with 1k regular planks, a few thousand oak planks, and around 5k teak and 5k mahogany planks. A tip here is to stock planks over logs if you value fast XP on launch day. Planks might be the most important as far as we know. The metal bars I suggest you stock up on is bronze, iron, steel, mithril, adamant, and runite bars. I will be making different bars at blast furnace. Bronze bars, you can buy them from shanty bears. I'll be stocking up a few thousand of each bar from steel to rune, and a few hundred of bronze and iron bars. For ores, you need to stock up on copper ore. This ore can be bought in Kiltegrim at the blast furnace. Nails will be one of the resources that are in high demand for sailing. I suggest you stock up every type of nail, which is bronze, iron, steel, mithril, adamant, and rune. As I said, there is expected to be a huge demand. Expect every sawmill to be sold out on day 1, so start buying bronze, iron, and steel nails from sawmill today. We are already now seeing that sawmills are sold out of bronze to steel nails. The mithril to rune nails you need to smith yourself, so keep that in mind when you stock up on your metal bars. We are expecting that swamp tar and swamp paste might be a requirement for sailing. Swamp tar is dropped by Sora in thousands, so you should have them if you are an Ironman at a mid to late game. Swamp paste is sold in shops at Morton. You can use the Rasimir Boulders Merchant shop. That is the cheapest option for now. You can also go to Port Cassard General Store. I suggest that you have at least 5k of each. Next up, I will be looking at some general supplies that the community assume we need. I'll be stocking up 1000 ropes. These are sold at Rogue's Den in Burthorpe. Then I'll be stocking up some tinderboxes. Charcoal. Charcoal is sold at different stores around Kiltegrim, Karamja, Shallow Village. I stocked up 50 charcoal. I don't expect a huge demand for these. I will also be stocking up bolt of cloth that are sold at sawmills. I will stock up around 500. Fishing bait is also expected to be useful. You can buy these from the fish shops around the game. I suggest you buy 5000. Air runes is also easy to get from the rune shops. I'll be going with 10,000 air runes. Then you also might need a knife, flax, and for flax I assume that you have plenty of these from the various content around the game. Lastly, we expect that there will potentially be an eternal brazier, so I'll be stocking up on the sea salt F salt and earth salt. I'll be stocking up 300 of each. Then you will also need a lot of coins. We expect that sailing will be a very expensive skill. You will need it for the sawmill, travel around the game, salvage SVs, so keep in mind that you need a lot of GP. This was some of the resources that we can prep for in advance. This should hopefully give us a good basis to start training on day 1. Next thing on the agenda is some additional preparations. First on the list is the workshop in your POH. It is expected we will need the highest tier of workbench, which is bench with LUT. It requires 92 construction to build. If you don't have 92 construction, I suggest you build the highest tier workbench you are able to. This photo shows what each workbench needs to be upgraded with. The workbenches allow us to craft ship components at home, and it might be the only way that we can gather them. Next is mining gear for lead and copper nickel. It is suggested to have expert mining gloves, mining cape, barrack armor 4, and celestial signet. Lead and copper nickel is new metals exclusive to sailing ships. We also expect that there will be coming new logs into the game. Therefore, I suggest that you get a log basket from forestry. The log basket makes you able to carry new log types when you gather them. There will also be coming new planks into the game. For this, you might need some sawmill vouchers for cheap plank conversion. They cost 150 anima infused bark for 10, and 1 voucher gives you an extra plank. If you have completed forestry, you should have plenty to spend on these. Cannonballs are also needed for quick salvage progress and cannon components. I don't recommend that you stock up on too many cannonballs if you are in need, because you also use them for Slayer and other stuff. With the sailing release, new seeds will also be in the game. I suggest that you stock up on seed packs. Save your spirit tree seeds to turn them into seed packs at the farming guild. Lastly, the plank sack from the minigame Mahogany Homes is also a good shout. It doubles plank inventory efficiency during prep and launch. Now let's talk about the things we cannot prepare for. Some sailing resources do not exist in the game yet. We have to discover them after launch. This includes the new log types Camphor, Ironwood and Rosewood, and also their counterparts in planks, which will be Camphor planks, Ironwood planks and Rosewood. There will also be new hull parts. These will be wooden, oak, teak, mahogany, Camphor, Ironwood and Rosewood. We will also be seeing some new dragon sheet, which is the high tier metal sheet for late cannons and reinforcements. In the nails sections, we will likely see some dragon nails being added to the game. There will also be some sailing specific parts. One of these are keel parts, which will go from bronze to dragon. Keel seems to be the most expensive late game unlock, so prepare to have GP for this. Then we will also see lead and copper nickel bars. These are likely mined on islands or shipwrecks around the game. Then we will also see new yarn and cloth types. This includes linen, canvas, cotton and hemp. So we need to be ready for gathering these. Now for some tips and tricks for sailing. You can set up bank tabs already now. I'll be going with something that looks like this, but you can adjust to what you find preferable. Next up, you can move the workshop close to your POH portal when you enter your house, so you don't have to run far around the house. You might also want to save an extra spirit sampling if we get a new travel with sailing. You should also keep some inventory tools like the hammer, saw, rope and pickaxe. You can bring the Kando hammer and Amy saw to save inventory space. Remember, you can swap the Kando hammer and Amy saw so you can wield both at the same time. You might also want to rake your hops patches. This does require auto weed from Tide Farm. My last tip is to save experience slabs. You can get them from multiple places and quests, so if you want to boost your early levels, this can be a technique to take advantage of. This was pretty much what I have. November 19th is close and I want to explore everything when a new skill launch. I want to sail on day 1. If this helped you prepare, drop a like so the algorithm can see that you enjoyed it. Good luck prepping!